You're listening to a Pave Media show.
Visit pavemedia.net for more podcasts and video entertainment.
Some films are fine just the way they are. Other films sometimes take it way too far. But really, how bad could it get? Let's go beyond the box set.
Welcome everybody to the Hungover Beyond the Box Set episode.
It's an annual tradition.
Yeah. So it was the Oscars last night, wasn't it?
It was.
How did that go for you, Jim?
I thought it was a good show. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was on the whole pretty good. Didn't have a big issue with no host.
No, it kept things moving along at kind of a snappy pace. I would say that it meant that there weren't a lot of moments outside of the awards themselves. Like there's usually some of the comedy bit really is dire when they do have hosts, but sometimes it's really good. There's usually at least one or two good sketches, and they just decided to have no sketches whatsoever. That I remember. They just kind of gave out the awards, did a few musical numbers, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I guess that kept it to the 3 hour mark, or more or less. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was missing a little bit of personality, maybe. But yeah, I didn't massively miss it. It did make things feel nice and brisk. So, aside from all the endless commercial breaks, but that's standard for American television, I guess. So
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to just go through each award and?
Sure, yeah. Do you want to start at the top with Best Picture then, or do we want to
Start at the bottom.
start at the bottom? Okay, with the ones that nobody cares about. Well, people who wouldn't care. So I'm just going to go from the bottom of Wikipedia then, and actually the first one is Best Visual Effects, which I know pissed you off a little bit because that was Avengers, Christopher Robin, Ready Player One, Solo: A Star Wars Story, and First Man.
First Man.
Went to First Man over Avengers, which meant Avengers got no Oscars this year.
Yeah, well, I'm not annoyed with Avengers getting no Oscars for reasons that everyone knows and will also talk about. But just First Man.
It didn't blow me away visually.
No.
Even taking away the fact that I found the film quite dull and the story boring, there was no moment in it visually when I thought, oh wow, this looks amazing. It looked okay. There was some bits on the moon that I vaguely remember, but nothing that really made me think, wow, this is beautiful, or this is so impressive.
Yeah.
I'd say the same for Avengers, but you made a good case for it in terms of the motion capture that was used on Thanos. So fair enough, that was very impressive. And then
motion capture just never gets awarded. So
and clearly it still isn't. So looking at the other nominees, I've not seen Christopher Robin. That looked quite decent though. It looked like the animation on Pooh and all the animals looked good. Solo: A Star Wars Story and Ready Player One, neither of which kind of blew me away visually. So
Ready Player One was just too much.
Yeah. So I guess it was Avengers or nothing for us, and it was not. So it was just First. So First Man got an Oscar. Good for them.
I would have been not happy with Christopher Robin. I think not that I've seen it, but just it did look from the trailers. It looked flawless.
Yeah, clearly that was the strongest thing about it, since I don't think it shows up anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, next one was Best Film Editing. This went to Bohemian Rhapsody. The other nominees were BlacKkKlansman, The Favourite, Green Book, and Vice. I think this is a bit of a surprise. I think people thought this was going to go to Vice.
Cool. Well, I'm happy with this one.
Yeah, I guess this is based mostly around the end of the film.
Yeah.
The way they cut together the footage, they recreated the footage from Live Aid, which was, whatever people think about Bohemian Rhapsody, some people love it, some people hate it. I think most people would agree that scene is very impressive. And, on the whole. So, I mean, it's hard to have a huge opinion on editing if it's generally done well and you don't notice it. So, fair enough. And that was one of many for Bohemian Rhapsody last night.
Bohemian Rhapsody wasn't always my choice for the awards, in specific awards, but any awards that it won, I was always happy with it.
Yeah, there was nothing where you thought, really didn't deserve that. Best Costume Design, Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
This was obviously something you felt very strongly about. So
yeah.
I think we both did actually. So this was that was a happy moment and a very good speech. I remember. She was very good. I think all the Bohemian Rhapsody, all of the Black Panther wins were really nice because they all felt like they really were celebrating it. I mean, obviously everyone who wins is going to celebrate winning, but it really felt like a celebration of the film, and people were really happy and grateful, and it felt nice.
Was this a speech where someone was really trying not to cry?
Yes, it was. Yes. I can't remember exactly what her name was. Oh, well, it says here right here, Ruth E. Carter. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I remember her speech being one of the best ones of the night. Definitely.
Yeah,
that was good. hopefully she'll win some more in the future. Costume designers tend to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
That lost to The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, The Favourite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Mary Queen of Scots. So any of those would have been good winners. They all had good costumes, but no, Black Panther was clearly the one to beat there.
Yeah.
Next up is I've lost the page. Oh, best makeup and hairstyling. Now that one did go to Vice over 2 films we have not seen, which are Border and Mary Queen of Scots.
So who knows?
Who can say? I think we decided we wanted Mary Queen of Scots just because, based on the trailer.
Yeah.
And because we didn't particularly like Vice. Yeah. This whole makeup. It's the second year in a row that best makeup and hairstyling has gone to a film that puts someone in a fat suit. It's just such an obvious way to win this award, I guess. It was Gary Oldman. I'm sure it won last year for Gary Oldman's fat suit in Churchill, Dark Star.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
So that's clearly the way to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I never like it. It distracts me. It wasn't the level. I don't think the amount of prosthetic work was as distracting as it was on Dark Star because most of it was Christian Bale's own like weight gain. But it still distracted me, like the bald head and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. I mean, it's very technically impressive, so sure, but nothing about Vice made me particularly happy. So I think that's the only one it won, which I'm pleased with if that's the case.
Yeah.
Best cinematography, no surprises whatsoever. This went to Roma.
Oh yeah.
Deservedly so.
Which
looked gorgeous.
Everybody expected.
Yep. But you can't argue with it. I mean, it looked amazing.
Yeah, it really did.
That beat out Cold War, The Favourite, Never Look Away, and A Star Is Born. I've managed to see all of those except for Never Look Away. So, but yeah, I would say it's the clear standout from a cinematography point of view. So yeah. Production design, another one for Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'm not fully sure what this is, but
it's the sets, isn't it? So
yeah.
I think we kind of thought that this wasn't going to go to Black Panther because a lot of it was green screened, but I guess they did a lot of. Well, obviously, they did a lot of production design as well, I guess.
Yeah, and just thinking different scenes. There probably was quite a few bits that were actually real. The casino scene, them walking through Wakanda, bits like that.
Maybe like the various throne rooms.
Yeah,
they were in.
yeah.
That must have been.
There were a few bits there. Shuri's workshop.
I wonder if designing what is it? If it's created with CGI, but designing the
probably.
What will be that probably falls under production design. And I guess one thing you can say for Black Panther is it was a very visually engaging film and very striking. Yeah. So I think that was a bit of a surprising win, but definitely deserved. Beat The Favourite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma.
Yep.
I think Roma or The Favourite were expected to win that one, but was not to be. Okay, sound editing and sound mixing we'll do together. Both went to Bohemian Rhapsody and both had the same nominees, except for A Quiet Place was in sound editing and Star Is Born was in sound mixing, but neither of them won, so it didn't matter.
So where did it go to?
They both went to Bohemian Rhapsody. You're not with it.
What? No.
Have you had a progressive hangover?
Yeah.
You seemed quite chipper before. What are you going? Yeah. Harry was on the Prosecco last night, and I did warn him, but once again, he didn't listen to me.
You did warn me.
I did. I said you should probably maybe drink some beers, but rather than like 2 bottles of Prosecco.
Yeah, well, mixing drinks probably wasn't going to be a better idea.
No, drinking less Prosecco might have been. I'm just saying. Like...
Yeah, but that's not the warning. Also, that's not like the best idea anybody's ever had. Sorry, the most original idea anybody's ever had.
No, I didn't say it was an original idea. I just said I warned you.
I'm allowed to get drunk in my own house. Shut up. Leave me alone.
All right, fine. I'm just, now you're paying for it.
It's all right. I'm just feeling a bit low energy.
Okay, well, fine. Fair enough then. Let's move on. Bohemian Rhapsody sound editing. I think was probably again well deserved. We talked about this a lot in the past, like the way it mixes Freddie Mercury's vocals with Rami Malek's and makes the live bits sound. It really put you in that place, especially during the concerts. So I think
it was very well deserved.
Yeah, I think even Bohemian Rhapsody's most ardent critics would probably have trouble like complaining too much about those. It's clearly something he did very well.
Yep.
Or 2 things he did very well. I am sad that A Quiet Place didn't get any Oscar love, especially because sound was.
That would have been a really nice win.
Yeah, a little disappointing there.
Yeah.
So okay.
Oh well.
I think like you said before, I think the main thread from every time Bohemian Rhapsody won, none of us were like jumping off our chairs screaming. We were all just kind of like, yeah, it deserves to win that, I guess. Like, it was hard to feel too strongly about any of the things it won. Just like, yeah, sure, we liked it.
I'm thinking about Black Panther winning its Oscars, and I fully believe that it's an Oscar-worthy film. But I'm just wondering about production design. So if there is all the sets and everything like that, is it necessarily better than any other comic book movie for production design?
I don't know. You've seen more than me.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking you. I'm just asking the question. Like, other things like, say, The Dark Knight, for example. There's a lot going on there, set-wise.
I'm thinking of...
Although that one did get... No, that one did get a lot of nominations. I'm not sure how many wins it got.
I'm sure they've been nominated in the past many times. I don't know which ones. The one that struck...
I suppose, yeah. It's not the first comic book movie to win an Oscar, so
No.
I should eat my words there.
Yeah, well, the one that strikes me that I remember comes to mind is, for some reason, is Doctor Strange. I seem to remember that being very visual. I don't know if that's more visual effects or production design or both, or probably more visual effects.
Yeah, I think visual effects because
it's very CGI heavy even by Marvel standards.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's only Best Picture that it was the first.
Yes.
So,
I realised that halfway through my little monologue there. And
Well, anyway, no, it's still. I mean, it's still one, so it's still worth thinking. Is it a standout from that perspective, or was it just very good? I think, from my limited understanding of the category, I think it probably deserved it. So,
yeah.
Another thing it may or may not have deserved: a Best Original Score.
What, Black Panther?
Yes.
Did it win it?
It did, yes.
Okay, cool.
Against Black Klansman, If Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, and Mary Poppins Returns.
Well, I didn't really like Mary Poppins. Don't remember Isle of Dogs. Only a little bit remember Black Klansman. And if Beale Street, Beale Street was nice. But in Black Panther, I did notice different things, and it felt very original.
Yeah.
In the way that the film felt very original.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, not just original, but just you don't see many African films.
No, true. I did find it quite amusing that it was like everything else with Black Klansman was, a lot of African American and African, costumers, production designers. It was very much a black production as it should have been, which is one of the reasons it's been so celebrated. The score, sounded very authentic from to my ears, and obviously it's been well respected because it won this award. The whitest guy in the world, with the most Scandinavian white name in the world as well, Ludwig Göransson. I'm guessing.
Sorry, which film won this?
Black Panther.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, were you not then just talking about Black Klansman?
No, sorry, I'm talking about Black Panther.
Cool. I think you said Black Klansman.
Sorry, I meant Black
I'm not
Panther.
sure. We'll get mixed up here.
Yeah, no, Black Panther, the one that won.
God, all these films sound the same.
They do, yeah. But yeah, it's interesting that they went with him. But I think he is friends with the director.
Yeah.
Obviously, he did a good job because he won an Oscar for it. I would have liked this to go to Beale Street, though. I just thought... maybe I'm biased because I saw that in the cinema last week and really loved it. But the score was just arrestingly beautiful and was it was like a separate character in the film.
Sure. However, I do think it was quite forgettable. Months from now, even if you just hear that without watching the film, you probably won't be able to identify it. It's not like, say, The Shape of Water, which I'm sure that if you heard the score to that now, without watching the film, you'd recognise it.
True.
And obviously anything by John Williams.
Yes. No, that's true. The Black Panther one is probably...
Not the Black Panther is... Actually, no, I would recognise Black Panther as just the way... the fanfare that happens.
Yeah, it's hard to compare because it's so
very
ubiquitous.
Music,
It's been everywhere, so you've heard it so much. Whereas I've not heard the Beale Street one again, apart from a brief clip of it at the Oscars when they were announcing the category, and I was like, oh, it's just as lovely as I remember it being. But you're right, it's not something I might necessarily go back to.
Yeah.
And Black Klansman had a decent score. The Mary Poppins one was a bit too reductive of the first one, so hard to get excited about. And Isle of Dogs, I don't really remember that well, but nice enough. Original song, obviously went to Shallow from Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
What did you think of the performance of Shallow in this?
I thought, they sang it really nicely. I thought the way they staged it was good. They kind of come out from the audience and sit around the piano. It looked like it was well shot.
Yeah.
It was very distracting that Lady Gaga decided to turn up as Ross from Friends in the episode when he gets 8 consecutive fake tans in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know, was the lighting or something?
I think it was a mixture of the two, because when you see audience shots of her, she still looked orange, but not as orange.
Yeah.
And I think that in the audience, Bradley Cooper looked all right, but then when
he's normally super orange, so for her to look orange by him.
But then when he was on stage with her, he looked just as bad, really.
Yeah, I think the lighting on the stage didn't help. It didn't flatter her skin tone on the night, but it was alarming. She looked like when some people are so... I think it was fake tan, obviously. When people are so sunburnt that it looks like it hurts to touch them. I felt bad for her. I was genuinely concerned for her well-being.
Yeah. What did you think of the way they sort of finished the song with the two of them just staring into each other's eyes, threatening to kiss each other?
It was a bit much.
It felt very staged to me.
Yeah, because they're not really a couple.
It looked very sweet, and the camera zoomed in, and it was all like, oh, this is like in the film.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
Well, I guess they've been on this journey together now for a couple of years, making the film and then promoting the film and then promoting the Oscars for the
And
film.
this is the end of that
Yeah,
journey.
so it probably was a bittersweet moment for them.
Yeah.
But I'm sure both of them have partners and might have been in the audience a bit like, should I be worried? But yeah, and that was the only thing Star is Born won. It kind of got shut out, which, although there was nothing that it didn't win.
It's not a big shame.
No, I think they would be disappointed.
It wasn't robbed of anything. And
No.
Yeah, maybe it did deserve one Oscar. But certainly didn't deserve like Best Picture or anything.
No, I can't think of anything that it didn't win that I felt like it really deserved to win.
Yeah.
And it won this, which was the most obvious thing that it was going to win. So
Yeah.
fair enough. Lady Gaga can now call herself an Oscar winner.
Yes.
Just not for acting.
Yes.
So, maybe another day. So
That's fine. I mean, she got an EGOT yet?
well, that's a good point.
She's got to be on her way. She's got Grammys, hasn't she?
She definitely has Grammys. I don't think she has a Tony. I don't think she's done any like stage shows that aren't her own concerts. And what's the other one? Emmy? Yes, she has. Did she get an Emmy for? I know she got a Golden Globe for.
American Horror Story.
I don't know if she got an Emmy for it, but no, she's got the hardest one now.
Yeah.
So the other three, not to denigrate the other three, but I'm sure she can.
Yeah.
She'll have ample opportunity to sweep up the rest.
Yep.
She's got 2 out of 4, so at least maybe 3. What did you think of the other performances and songs? So there was, first of all, there was All the Stars from Black Panther, which was not performed at all, which was because Kendrick Lamar it is Kendrick Lamar, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Was unavailable to perform. Strange choice not to get someone else, because they didn't have because Bette Midler did the Mary Poppins one, and she's not obviously the singer of that in the film.
It's weird because like, why would you not come to the Oscars? Like Kendrick Lamar, how many times is he going to go to the Oscars in his life?
Sure. I don't know exactly.
He's just not interested.
Yeah.
In it
Well, if he
at
had
all,
a concert pre-booked, so you can't always get out of that. He's a busy musician.
I suppose.
And who knows? He might have had other reasons. I don't know exactly why he chose not to come. But anyway, he wasn't there. As I mentioned, Bette Midler performed the Mary Poppins song, which I still think was the wrong song for the film to nominate. It's one of the most forgettable ones.
Oh yeah, the cover is not the book. Is easily the best
easily
one.
the most memorable one. Yeah. But no, it was the boring ballad instead, the place where all the lost things go. And then there was I'll Fight from RBG, which was basically 2 minutes of Jennifer Hudson bellowing. Couldn't really detect much of a song in there, unfortunately.
No.
I mean, I like Jennifer Hudson, but that song wasn't very good, in my opinion. And When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Blues, which is that nice country... when a cowboy trades his spurs for wings, I'm sorry, which is the quite lovely country duet from The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah.
Which fell a bit flat on the night. It was a bit dull, but I've now seen the film, and I would say it's the highlight of the film, which I still think you should watch. It's easily one of the best part of the film, and it's a very, very good film.
Okay.
Then moving on up to a couple that we can't really talk about much. Well, best live action short film. Haven't seen any of them. Couldn't really say anything about that. One year we'll get to them, but it wasn't this year.
Yeah.
Best animated short film was won by Bao, which is convenient enough the only one we've seen. It's the Pixar one. So yeah, I mean, it's certainly something.
Yeah. Yes, that would.
Yeah. I mean, Pixar always win these, it seems, and
That's true. Yeah. That was a really good short film.
it was good. It was alarming. We made some choices.
Yeah.
But your housemate was watching with us last night, and she has not seen Bao. The tiny clips that they showed during the presentation, she was like, "Oh, that looks adorable, so sweet. I can't wait to see that." And we were kind of like, "Well,
Yeah.
it goes some places."
Yeah.
We won't spoil it for you, but if you've not seen Bao, do seek it out. It's quite something, and it's not like horribly upsetting or anything. It's just it makes some choices. Best documentary feature went to Free Solo. Again, we've not seen any of these. This was the one about the climber who free climbs, which means climb up mountain tops and
without ropes or
with no ropes, with no protection. Yeah, take your life into your hands, basically. Very stupid, but some people are thrill seekers. Apparently, it's amazing. I think I'd struggle to watch that. I think it would make me feel a bit sick. But I haven't seen any of the competitions, so couldn't really comment on that.
Yeah.
And best documentary short, period, end of sentence. I enjoyed the.
Sorry, what?
The best documentary short was won by Period End of Sentence.
All right, I thought you were just...
No, I wasn't saying Period End of Sentence. Not seen it, but it was. I believe it's about menstrual rights, or I don't know. Something to do with menstruation.
I think it clearly was, given the speeches that were...
Yeah. But I think I don't know. But yes, there was a very. Even though I'd not seen the shorts, it was a good speech. There was a group of women who produced it, and they were very excited and happy.
Yeah.
And they all seemed to have the exact same on the verge of tears voice.
They did, didn't they?
like speaking slightly too loud, as if they were slightly hard of hearing, and it was affecting the way their volume control was working, and almost crying. But you know, it's a big moment. So, best foreign language film went to Roma.
Which is no surprise at all.
No surprise whatsoever. Maybe this is why it didn't win Best Picture. Maybe people thought we'll give it this instead. You know, it split the votes a bit. Like, you know.
Well, no, like it was always going to get that, it being the only Best Picture nominee to be in that category.
Yes.
And
I mean, this is what maybe people who were like, well, maybe I should vote for Roma, or maybe I'll vote for something else in Best Picture. Were like, well, Roma gets Best Foreign, and then, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Anyway, I have not seen three of the other candidates. I did see Cold War. So the other candidates are Capernaum from Lebanon, Cold War from Poland, Never Look Away from Germany, and Shoplifters from Japan. Yeah, Cold War was really good. I don't think you'd like it.
Okay, cool.
Just because it's another black and white, quite slow-moving, arty film.
Not in the English language.
Not in the English language. So it ticks a lot of boxes that you don't generally find yourself enjoying, which is fine. And yeah, it's somewhat more plot-driven than Roma, but it's still quite slow-moving. But I liked it, and it looks very pretty. The main lady in it, the camera loves her. She was gorgeous. Anyway, animated feature, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I know you were happy with this. Well, we all were.
Yeah.
Clearly, a very deserved win.
Yes.
See, there were quite a few this last night that won that you were really rooting for, and I was expecting you to have like big reactions to it, but you spent the whole time on your phone trying to make sure you were the first person to announce to this Facebook group you're in. So
Yeah. Well, it was great.
yeah, no, I'm glad you had a good time.
I got some good posts in.
Good, yeah.
Got some good engagement. I mean, to be fair, I've not been on the internet so far today, so I have no idea what's going on. Maybe all the posts have been taken down by admins, or maybe they've all started hateful arguments. It's unlikely. It's a very safe group.
Oh, fair enough. Well, anyway, Spider-Verse was a good win. And I think a very deserved win in the category. Up against The Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. We discussed all of those recently anyway on our preview, but I have since seen Mirai, which is the only one I had not seen. And I'd probably put that second in my list. It was very nice. It was, another very nice Japanese anime.
Yeah.
Just not much to it. It was just about like a little boy who he's like 3 or 4 years old, and then he has a baby sister is born, and then he starts to feel a bit displaced, as kids do when they get siblings. And then he starts, like, it just follows him imagining and meeting his sister when she's a grown up, meeting his mum and dad when they were young. It just like takes him on this little journey where he kind of makes sense of, his place in the family and stuff. It's very sweet. It was nice. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't as blow your mind amazing as Spider-Verse, but it was certainly had more to it than Isle of Dogs, Incredibles 2, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. None of which really blew me away. No. So yeah, good for Spider-Verse. Next up, Best Adapted Screenplay was won by BlacKkKlansman over The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born.
Sure.
Yeah.
I liked how A Star Is Born was being adapted from another film. Like, they even said that.
Yes.
It's just adapted from another screenplay.
Yeah, from 3 other screenplays. So yeah, I don't think that was ever really a big contender for this category. No. The other ones, BlacKkKlansman. Again, I mean, this is a hard one to judge because I've not obviously read the scripts or the books. So, but I mean, BlacKkKlansman had good writing. It was a compelling story in many ways.
Was A Star Is Born like back in the day based on a book?
I don't think so. I think it was a film first, but
so it was literally an original film that became unoriginal.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, I might be wrong, but that's what I believe to be true. But yeah, I think it's probably fair. Having not read the source material, I did. If Beale Street Could Talk, I really liked, but you could really tell it was based on a book because there was a lot where they were just reading, obviously passages from the book. Can You Ever Forgive Me would have been a nice win, just because that was one that did unfortunately go home empty-handed and was one of my favourites of the season, and it was very well written. But can't argue with BlacKkKlansman really in this one. Original screenplay, easy to judge because we haven't got to compare it to anything. Green Book won this one, I think again slightly surprisingly, against The Favourite, First Reformed, Roma, and Vice. I was glad Vice didn't win because I actively hated that screenplay. Roma, I mean, not that the script is all in the dialogue, but it was so dialogue light that I couldn't really see it as a big contender for this one.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd have given this to The Favourite because I thought the dialogue just was sparkling and brilliant and fantastic. Green Book was fine. Like, I think the writing was one of the weaker elements of it, really. Like, there were parts that I thought were a little bit too heavy-handed, a little bit. Yeah. There were some very funny bits in it, but not really in the same way.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one was First Reform, which I've not seen, but I should because I've heard it's amazing. People keep saying it should have been nominated for much more than it was, but anyway, maybe one day we'll do it. Okay, we're up to the acting ones now. Supporting actress, the first award of the night, I believe, went to Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk, beating out Amy Adams in Vice, Marina de Tavira in Roma, Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz both from The Favourite. So I was really happy with this one.
Yeah.
I really, really liked If Beale Street, and I thought Regina King was easily the standout. She had some really beautiful scenes.
Do you think she was?
Yeah, in that film.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all good. It was a great cast, but I really liked. I don't know. She just had presence.
Okay.
I think it was similar to Mahershala's win when he was in Moonlight. You know, obviously same director, Barry Jenkins. It's like it's not one where you get a load of big moments, like big actor moments. It's just more like there's just something about them. They just kind of like hold the film together in a way that I think a supporting actor should. So.
Yeah.
And there was some, there were a couple of really important scenes in the film that she was the central part of. So, and she's an actress who's been around for a long time, done a lot of good work, never really been appreciated before. So it was nice. She gave a very good speech, got very emotional. It kicked off the show on a high for me.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you still wish Emma Stone had got it?
No, I didn't feel passionately about anybody in this award, really. I think I'd have... I'd have been quite happy with Emma Stone, but I'm very happy with Regina King as well.
Yeah, it was a nice one. In Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali, winning his second Best Supporting Actor Oscar. So he's now got the double, which is very impressive, especially to achieve it in just 3 years. In Green Book, obviously. Beating out Adam Driver in Black Klansman, Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant in Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell in Vice. I was gutted for Richard E. Grant. This is what I really wanted him to get. Yeah,
me too. And I think that of this category, it's either him or Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I mean, I can't like...
Everybody else was just... Well, who was it again?
So, Adam Driver in Black Klansman.
He was just nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't nothing, but it wasn't a particularly exciting performance. It didn't stand out.
I would have been annoyed because also he's the wrong person to be nominated from that film.
Yeah, that would have been... Yeah, because that really... The lead actor should have been nominated, really. I think he should have been over Willem Dafoe in... But we'll get to that anyway.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born...
Again, not moments, really that interesting.
No,
he didn't have much to do.
No, we had like one or two big scenes, but not... No, it wasn't like a standout. It was more like...
And he was just doing himself.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think he's one of those actors who always kind of plays, if not himself, then a similar kind of character.
Yeah, and that's fine, but I don't really think that it's Oscar-worthy if you're just playing the same character every single time.
No, I think only if you
need to
play the best version of... If you do the same character all the time, then it needs to be the film that shows the best version of that character, whereas this was just like another Sam Elliott performance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very good, but...
Because like Richard E. Grant wasn't really doing like every Richard E. Grant character. Like his character was unique. I mean, it's still a very Richard E. Grant role, but it was a unique character.
It took what Richard E. Grant does in other things and elevated it to like one of the best performances he's ever given. Whereas the Sam Elliott one was just like, oh, here's Sam Elliott. Everyone likes Sam Elliott. Yeah. He's doing Sam Elliott. Yeah. So I really wish this had been.
Voice is low.
Yes. And Sam Rockwell in Vice, I don't think should have been nominated. I've said that before. It was
because he was doing both Sam Rockwell and George Bush, and that's it.
Yeah.
He was doing his standard Sam Rockwell performance and a George Bush impression.
Yeah, and there was really nothing to it particularly.
No.
He didn't have any particularly interesting stuff to do in that film. But yeah, so I wish it had been Richard E. Grant, but you can't really hold it against Mahershala because he was great in Green Book. I think Green Book is really elevated by the quality of the acting. I think if it wasn't those two, or actors of that quality, it would be a much weaker film. So, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Can't get too mad about that. Okay, so the big ones now. Okay, so we'll do Best Actor first, actually, because that was announced first. Rami Malek won for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Over Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Willem Dafoe, and Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, I was only there for either him or Bradley Cooper. I thought both of them were just outstanding in their roles. That I just completely forgot that they were those people.
Sure, yeah.
Which is really something for Bradley Cooper because I know him from so many things.
Yeah.
Rami Malek, I don't really know that well.
Have you seen that show, Mr. Robot, that he's in? That was what made him famous.
I watched like an episode or two.
Yeah, I've heard it's great, but I've never actually seen it.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Rami Malek, I completely forgot that he wasn't Freddie Mercury.
Sure.
Pretty much while watching the film. And yeah, that is great.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I definitely enjoyed the physicality he put into it. I thought, again, he was the absolute standout of the film. He's the reason the film works, much like Green Book. If that performance wasn't as good as it was, this film would not be nominated for any Oscars, let alone like as many as it actually did end up getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was really happy Christian Bale didn't win, just because I just take issue with that performance and that film.
Well, I think Rami Malek's done very well because if he did anything slightly not right, then I think a lot of people would be quite angry about it.
Yeah,
because it's such a beloved character.
Yeah, well, this always thing when you do a real life person, especially someone who's been a celebrity in the modern times, you really looking at them under like a microscope to see them mess it up, and he did really well with it. So
like the Elton John film that's coming up, I am not looking forward to it at all because I do not like Taron Egerton. I don't think he's a good choice for this.
It's a weird choice to cast him.
I could be brought round. Like we'll watch it, and maybe he'll be great. But I'm just thinking of how cocky he is.
Yeah,
and you know what? Maybe Elton's cocky.
Well, Elton's famously got a temper. Like he's famous for having tantrums and stuff and being quite a diva. But yeah, we're going off topic slightly here. But it seems like a weird choice for Elton John because Elton John's never really been like much of a looker. Like he got by on pure talent, which is great, but I think there's even a line in the trailer and he's like, who's going to put a fat little nerd like me on a big stage? There's some line in the trailer for this Elton John film. Yeah. And I was like, well, Taron Egerton, you're not really the character, you don't look particularly like Elton John. I think it would have been somebody who was a bit more quirky looking, who, looked like they might actually struggle to, make it in this industry. I'm sure he's going to have his hair shaved off to make him look balding and he might have put on some weight or something, or I don't know. But yeah, I think the Elton John thing, any film like that comes out immediately after the Oscars, is probably not going to be very good because it's probably like, well, let's squeeze this out during a quiet period. But
well, you say that. Not all films happen like that. Like Dunkirk came out about that time. Black Panther came out.
Well, Marvel's different because they don't need to build their release schedules around Oscars.
True.
They will do well at any time. Dunkirk, it did come out early, but it wasn't like straight after the Oscars. It was like in April or May or something. So it was like a summer release, and again, it was strong enough that it didn't need to just plan itself around the Oscars, which was good. But yeah. Anyway, so back to Bohemian Rhapsody. Rami Malek, good for him.
Yeah.
A deserved win in many ways. I was sad for Bradley Cooper too, but not devastated for him.
No.
He'll have other opportunities.
Has he won before?
No, he's not. He's turning into a bit of a... He's obviously young. He's turning into a bit of a Glenn Close. He's missed out, I think this is like his 6th or 7th nomination now. If you include... Oh, no, he wasn't nominated for Best Director. So maybe it's like 4th or 5th. So anyway, he's had a few, but I'm sure he'll have more opportunities. And each time he doesn't win, there's going to be more sympathy for him. So the time may come. Or he may be Glenn Close and the time may never come. Speaking of, so Best Actress, one of the big surprises of the night, and to me a delightful surprise. Well, we all just jumped up and screamed and did a shot. It was a great like. I think every Oscars needs a good bit near the end, because it's at the end is usually when you start to the bigger one. Yeah, you know where it's going, and it starts to, like when Moonlight and La La Land happened. That was perfect because it was like, oh, it's ended on a bit of a meh, and then oh no, it's great, and it's This was that for us, not in the same way. Obviously, there was no like big, shock. Well, it was a shock, but it wasn't like no one read out the wrong envelope.
I guess that what's different with this one compared to all the other awards, like as you mentioned earlier, that I was just online about, those ones, they weren't big surprises.
No,
like it wasn't a major surprise that Black Panther won its 3 Oscars and Spider-Verse won its Oscar.
No, not at all.
I mean, not, but with this one, it was a surprise and it was just so great. Yeah, because we all wanted it. We all said out loud that we're rooting for it. But and I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I'd completely resigned myself to Glenn Close winning this because she won a lot of the previous awards and it's her 7th nomination.
I'm very glad that Glenn Close didn't win it. I mean, we'll do full reviews of the films that we've still not yet done. But her role in The Wife, I really thought was just your standard. Somebody's just being sort of subtle and brooding through the whole film, and then emotional at the end.
Yeah.
Which is.
Well, I just didn't think it was that good of a film. Like, it was fine, but it felt like a play. We'll review it, but it very much felt like more of a play than a film. Yeah. And it didn't get nominated for anything else. Not many people saw it, which isn't necessarily a deal breaker, but I think it was definitely a career campaign, not a this is the best performance of your career campaign. So I mean, she's not dying. She's 71. Next time she gets nominated, God knows again, like Bradley Cooper, the level of sympathy will give her a huge boost. So I think Glenn Close has picked up a lot of awards. She reminded the world how great she is. She'll probably get better film roles for the next couple of years. She'll be fine. But Olivia Colman, this was really her moment. Like we said on the review of The Favourite, I think this is, again, she's young and she'll have more opportunities and do more great work, I'm sure. But this was the perfect Olivia Colman role in a great film. Yeah. yeah, and her speech was wonderful. Understand? She was shocked, obviously. Yeah. She always seems shocked, but she was like genuinely shocked. Like, yeah, it was easily the highlight of the night for me. I just loved it. So, a good feel-good near finish.
I really hope that it's quite soon. She goes on the Graham Norton show. I know she's been on there recently to obviously promote The Favourite, but it'd be lovely to sort of she returns home and that could be like a homecoming party. Yeah, that would just be great to see her come on. Particularly that show, I think would work really well.
Well, she'll be The Crown will be coming out soon. She'll be promoting that, so I'm sure she'll be on the trail. Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited for what she does next.
Yeah,
like obviously she's got The Crown, but it'd be interesting to see what other roles she gets off because now suddenly her stock is so much higher. So yeah. Can't wait. What a lovely lady.
Was this the only favourite?
It was. Oh, yes. So that was really good because it looked like The Favourite was going to go home empty-handed, which would have been a real shame.
Yeah, it really would.
Yeah. Like, again, there was nothing that it lost. I mean, production design and makeup and hair all was stuff that it could absolutely have won, and screenplay as well. But a lot of the times, the things that did win in those categories, except maybe except Green Book winning Best Screenplay, the one that won was perfectly deserving of winning. Yeah. So... yeah, it felt like, it's a shame for The Favourite to go home empty-handed because it's such a good film, but it's just everyone's second, and then finally it got this, which is, for the standout thing about the film is her performance. So,
yeah, great.
And I remember saying on our last Oscar episode that I wished she'd gone in supporting so that she would have won that one, but obviously I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. I'm happy to have been
You're wrong in the right way.
Yeah, which is nice. It's nice to be wrong in the right way occasionally. Yeah. So yeah, good for Olivia Colman, and hopefully not her last nomination. I'd love to see her here again sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, just two more. Best Director. This went to Alfonso Cuarón and Roma.
That's, again, not a massive surprise.
No, not at all. This was...
And I'm happy for him because I think that makes him the first person to ever, I think, even be nominated for both directing and cinematography. Because, he did the cinematography.
Yeah, he did.
Film.
I'm not sure he's the first one ever, but yes, it's...
well, somebody said it, so it's either...
is he? Oh, maybe it is then, okay.
It's either the first person to win it or the first person to be nominated for both.
Possibly, okay, yeah, well, sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a big achievement, and he did fantastic work with both, so... Yeah, this was always probably going to go to Roma. I think if it wasn't going to go to Roma, it might have gone to Spike Lee, because he's very beloved. But in terms of the quality of the films, I think Roma was superior. So.
Oh, Spike Lee!
Oh, we didn't
jumping on Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Well, we'll tell you what. We'll talk about our favourite acceptance speeches in a minute.
Okay, yeah.
I know we touched on a few of them, but because there's a few we haven't really talked about. But yeah, Alfonso Cuarón, very very good. So the other nominees for director were Spike Lee in BlacKkKlansman, Polish naming Cold War. Sorry, Yorgos Lanthimos in The Favourite and Adam McKay in Vice.
Yeah. I would have liked The Favourite to win as well.
Yeah, definitely. That would have been my second choice by far, or even my first choice. But I can't argue with Roma.
Yeah,
very well directed. And Best Picture, which was something of a surprise, went to Green Book.
Very disappointing surprise.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
especially as you showed me that video beforehand.
Yes, so there's a video that was on the Seth Meyers show called White Saviour, the movie, which is kind of parodying films like Green Book and Hidden Figures and all these films that sometimes...
And loads of films.
Lots, yeah. I mean, they even put up how many films they've come out with. It's like The Blind Side and Dangerous Minds, I think was one of them. There's loads of this, stories about racism told from the perspective of the white guy, which, Green Book kind of definitely falls into in places.
Yeah.
I'd
say almost everywhere.
Almost yeah, exactly. So it's a bit of a bland, safe winner as well in many ways. I think I said, we were talking about our predictions and I kind of said it's probably going to be Roma or maybe Black Panther or Green Book if they go super safe. And unfortunately, they went super safe.
Yeah, I really didn't think it was going to be this. I thought it was going to be Roma.
Yeah, same.
Because Roma feels like it's... it's fairly safe. It's not got a big sort of message that it's trying to put out massively that's going to anger people.
Yeah.
But also it's not just your standard normal Oscars La La Land kind of business.
It's weird because
it really did feel like something different.
Yeah.
What Roma did. So I would really have liked Roma to win.
Yeah, same. It's weird because it's very rare. Normally, it's happened a few times in the last few years, actually. I think even last year, maybe, that Best Director and Best Picture normally they go to the same film. That's generally the way it works. In this case, not only did, obviously, Peter Farrelly, the director of Green Book, not win, he wasn't even nominated for Best Director.
Oh, wow.
So if people don't think the direction was that good, what did it... I wonder what made people think this was the best picture of the year? Is it just the acting? Because
the acting got awarded.
Well, sure, yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, half of it did.
Half it did, and I think.
But even then, actually, I don't think that you know what, I'm taking it back. I don't think the Mahershala deserved the award for this because his acting was largely just getting emotional in the rain.
Well, yes,
That's
they did
literally
have
the scene they showed.
Yeah, again,
because that's the main acting scene.
Couldn't be more of a cliched Oscar scene.
Yeah.
Crying in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't hate the film. A lot of people get really angry about this. Like, I enjoyed the film. Like, you know, it was perfectly nice, you know. It was a big crowd pleaser. Maybe that's why it won, because, I mean, Black Panther was an even bigger crowd pleaser. But, yeah. You know, sometimes the Oscars gets accused of, like, being a bit too artsy-fartsy and not really reflecting films that people actually watch. People did watch this, so... Yeah, a bit of a meh ending to the night, really.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not, like, gritting my teeth over it, though.
No.
I'm like, yeah. But yeah,
Well, at least we got Olivia Colman.
we did. Yeah, it was. I think it was another year with a good spread, which means there was some good results, some not so good results, but on the whole,
I think that most of the results were pretty good. Other than Best Picture, I think that everything was pretty bang on.
that's probably fair, more or less.
There was. I don't really feel like there were many snubs. Like
No,
it was a shame that A Quiet Place didn't get anything.
Yeah, it was a shame Richard E. Grant didn't win, etc. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a snub. It's
Yeah.
just the way it goes. So. Any particular highlights from acceptance speeches? Well, let's talk about Spike Lee. That was great.
Yeah,
that was when he picked up Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yes, I mean, well, firstly, Spike Lee's whole look was something.
It was amazing. He was
yeah,
like full purple with like purple glasses and.
Yeah, finally found some clothes that black people can't pull off. Well, maybe just Spike Lee.
I think he pulled it off.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like his costume came out of a cereal box.
Yeah. Like he lost a bet or something.
Yeah. So that was all something. But then, that bit where he jumped on Samuel L. Jackson was something else. Because also, Samuel, like, he's 70.
Yeah. Well, so is Spike Lee.
Is he?
Yeah, they're both pretty
Okay, well,
old.
Spike Lee looks 70. Sam Jackson is looking
Obviously,
great. So
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
that's it.
But yeah, they could have done him an injury, but
Yeah.
it was funny.
Like, imagine if he'd have jumped on him and they'd have both fallen to the ground.
And broken their hips. Like, what a terrible, terrible way that went. But it was really nice because Samuel L. Jackson was one of the presenters for that award, and he could not disguise his absolute glee when Spike Lee won, because I think he was in a lot of the early Spike Lee films. So I think Spike Lee gave him some of his earliest jobs. So
What was the award again?
the best adapted screenplay for Black Panther.
Okay.
Yes. So and he gave a very good speech, Spike Lee. Quite powerful. But yeah, the moment when he just runs up and just leaps into Sam Jackson's arms was just brilliant. Especially because the height differential, as well as the both being old. Samuel L. Jackson.
Spike Lee's not a large person.
No, Samuel L. Jackson's like got to be like 6'4" or something.
Yeah.
He's very tall. Spike Lee is quite small. And the way he did it was like it was like a baby or something. Just the way he was holding him as well. It was fantastic. It was really, really good. Remember that really not a good speech? Which remember was it the makeup where the two women did that awkward thing where they were kind of trading one? They each did one line each, and it felt like it went on forever.
Yeah. Weren't there 3 people?
There were 3, but I think the guy didn't say much.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Oh, and they had stuff written down and they
Yeah.
clearly had rehearsed it, but
Yeah.
were awful.
Yeah, it was very stilted. It was kind of one of the most entertaining speeches in a car crash kind of way. It was like, oh god, this is not good.
Yeah.
Any other moments?
There's a reason why all the acting and speeches like that, they're best.
Yes, yeah, because they're
Always.
used to public speaking.
Yeah.
Although I often do like when you see people who are totally unprepared or who aren't celebrities who get that little moment. It goes one of 2 ways. You either get people who are like really overexcited and living for it. Usually when some gays win best makeup, they're always like having the best time.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you get people who are just like, oh, I'm better off behind the camera. Oh, I don't like this. So anyway.
We all know that Olivia Colman's speech was the best. I mean,
Yes.
she blew a raspberry in the middle.
She did. Oh, that was great. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because she saw the flash up like, "Please hurry up," and she.
Yeah.
I think she gave it the finger as well. She kind of blew a raspberry, and I'm like so. Oh, bless her. She's the best.
Which is fair. Like I do always love when it's this point in life. These kind of awards, these one feel like this is the career award.
Yeah.
Like they may only get one in their lifetime, and they've worked very hard for it. The other ones, like all the behind the scenes stuff, makeup, production design, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the same, but maybe it's like something that they could quite easily get again for doing very little or something.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No.
But when you see somebody that you're just that invested in get their award, and then the music comes on to play them off, everybody hates the Oscars at that point.
They do, yeah, it's really annoying. But I like it when people are just like, no, I'm going to say my piece. Like Spike Lee, I think he was like, don't play that music. I've got some things to say.
Yeah.
And it shows like how respected he is that I don't think they did play him off. I think they let him finish. Whereas I think if like say a best makeup person had been like, hey, I've got things to say, so guy, put your stick down.
Yeah.
They would have been like, no. They would have probably played them off even faster. Like, there's definitely a hierarchy to that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I always like that. I think the best one of those is Julia Roberts when she won, and she just spent half of her speech berating the stick guy. Just like, I'm not done. Any other moments particularly from the show?
Not massively. What do you think of all the hosts?
The guests,
the presenters.
Yeah. So in lieu of a host, they just had obviously the presenters coming on.
I don't believe they got Jason Momoa up there.
That was good fun. Yeah.
What was he there for?
It's a promote. Come on, a popular film.
Yeah, but like, it's not that popular a film relatively. It's a good blockbuster.
Sure, yeah. Well,
like it did well.
Yeah.
And it's a blockbuster.
Well,
they
had Amelia Clarke, and I guess she was in Solo, which is nominated technically. So
yeah, and everybody's all about her for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but
so.
You could argue, what's that got to do with the Oscars? That's not even a film. Right?
True, but it's the biggest thing on telly.
Yeah, it is.
So
true. Yeah. Well,
something's
last night Jason Momoa was the biggest thing on telly. So.
Like, because last year when they got Chadwick Boseman,
yes,
it was because Black Panther had, I think, just come out, and so obviously missed that Oscar season, and they got him up, and it was just all the big sort of, everybody was still getting over the film premieres of Black Panther, and that was all very exciting. Getting him up there to present an award for, I believe, Best Actress.
I can't remember for sure.
Well, I think he was filling in for Casey Affleck.
Oh yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, when he came up, it was very much like, oh, that's great because this film might actually like have some Oscar buzz about it.
Yeah.
This time next year, and Aquaman on the other hand.
Well, you never know, do you? You never know.
Well, I mean, it's past because it
was released too.
It was eligible.
It was, yeah.
But like
robbed. Aquaman robbed. Where was that best makeup win?
Yeah. Best costume.
Best costume. Yeah. I mean, I've not seen it, but
Nicole Kidman wearing fish.
Yeah. See,
like she looked crazier than Gaga.
Yeah.
In a meat dress.
I'm See, the more you talking, the more I'm wishing it had been nominated. I liked it that they managed to get Barbra Streisand out just purely so they could show Richard E. Grant having a little fangirl moment.
they cut back to that in the montage at the end.
They did, yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
I had a clear highlight.
He didn't hold back at that point.
No. I love he's just such an
Was he doing jazz hands as well at that
I think
point?
he might have jazz hands, yeah. He was just, yeah. I love how he's such a huge fanboy. It's great. Who else was good? Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph and Tina Fey were good at the beginning as well.
Yeah.
Actually, they just hosted it.
Yeah, they were good because they kind of did the opening monologue, didn't
they? They basically took the opening monologue job. It was a shortened version, but
they probably did talk for like a good at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, longer than any of the other like presenters.
And that's when they did all the jokes about the Oscars,
yes,
told by the Oscars, which happened at the start of
exactly.
every Oscars.
Yeah, it just made me wish they were there for the whole thing. Like that would have been great.
Yeah.
A trio of really funny women.
Yeah, would
have been perfect, but for whatever reason, there was no Whoopi. People said she might be doing that rumor. Obviously, was just a rumor. I guess she really is ill. So not like seriously ill, but she'd been off work sick for the talk show she's on in America, and they were like, "Oh, is she just rehearsing for the Oscars?" Because she'd said she would be interested, but I guess she really did just come down with a cold or something. Who knows? It's a shame.
Get Ellen back.
Yeah, well, I think
she's still been my favourite host of the Oscars I've watched by a long way.
She was very good. Yeah, we rewatched both of her previous stints, didn't we, after the show, and they hold up. She's funny. Again, maybe she didn't want to. It's a big job. It's a thankless task. Anyway, any other moments we've not talked about particularly?
Not that I can think of.
So the ones that won talk about acceptance speeches. So the film that won the most, I believe, was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Along with Black Panther, wasn't it? Didn't they both win 3?
Multiple. No, Bohemian Rhapsody won 4. Okay. And then Black Panther, Green Book and Roma all won 3.
Yeah, lovely.
So, yeah.
Well, it's up there with the big boys.
Mm-hmm. Of the Best Picture nominees, I believe did they all win something? Let's have a look. So Green Book won several, Black Panther won 1, Black Klansman won 1. No, Black Panther won 3, Black Klansman won at least 1. Bo Rap, the favourite, Roma. Yeah, they all won at least 1, so there's nothing from Best Picture that went home empty-handed.
That's nice.
Yeah. I think it's a shame for Can You Ever Forgive Me, which was not a Best Picture nominee. And the only one that I think it was going to win was Richard E. Grant if it was going to win anything. But I think that should have been in the Best Picture just because it was very good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There were quite a lot. A lot of the films I saw this year that weren't Best Picture, I liked a lot more than the ones that were nominated for Best Picture. Like most, I really loved a few of the best pictures. Obviously, the favourite, Black Panther. But Can You Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, actually, would all have definitely been in my top 5 had they been nominated. And sadly, they were not. But yeah.
Oh, well.
Anyway, so I don't know if it's necessarily that there was... It's weird because they were fewer than usual this year. They only had the 8. And you'd think that meant that there wasn't much that was nominatable, but I think actually they just didn't choose necessarily the right films.
Yeah, I agree.
So, which is a shame. But anyway, on the whole, that's it.
On the whole, I think they're good Oscars.
Yeah, I think it was a pleasing Oscars. It was good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of worthy winners, good speeches.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they bring back a host next year, if it's a good host.
Yeah, me too, but I don't think it needs it.
No, yeah.
I think this one, it did do well not having a host. Like it didn't feel like there was something missing.
Yeah.
I think.
It meant there was no filler, which was good. Because there's always those filler bits, like when Jimmy Kimmel brought all the audience members in, and that just went on forever. I hated that. But then there was also some funny bits that Jimmy Kimmel did. He did have his moments, so... Yeah, you just miss those little viral moments more than anything.
Yeah,
but yeah.
A selfie.
Yeah, it was good.
I think that'd be my favourite Oscar moment.
Just Ellen taking a selfie.
Yeah.
Easily pleased.
It was great. The way that the whole audience just rushed towards her.
I mean, yeah, it was the ultimate selfie.
Yeah, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, it's moments like that.
It was a great advert for a phone that nobody bought and remembers.
Was that for a phone?
Yeah.
What phone were they advertising?
I don't know, but it wasn't an iPhone.
Oh, okay.
But then she was caught using Twitter for the iPhone app behind the scenes.
Oh dear. Maybe that's why she hasn't been brought back.
Yeah.
Great. So I guess that wraps up our Oscar season for 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It's back to I guess. Oh, we've got the post-Oscars crap film fest. Well, that's going to bring us this year. That should be exciting. And then we'll get the summer blockbuster season.
Yes.
And then we'll get another little crap film fest in the autumn, and then we'll get next year's Oscars.
Yes, good prediction for the year there, John.
Yeah, that's right.
You missed out the Christmas rush.
A little Christmas rush will be good, yeah, too. Well, that kind of ties in with I guess I get a lot of the Oscars films come out in January, February, don't they? So, yeah, I love the Christmas rush. What's the big Christmas film this year?
Star Wars.
Oh, of course, yes. Good. Looking forward to that.
I'm hoping that they're just back on track. Like, yep, December release, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
now.
we know where we went wrong.
Yeah, no more summer stuff. I mean, that's not what was wrong with Han Solo. But
Probably didn't help. But yeah, cool. So thank you for listening, and please stay tuned. And if you want to hear more of our film reviews, make sure you join our VIP listener group on Patreon for as much or as little as you want. As little as $2 a month will get you access to this weekly show. And obviously, please keep listening to the main show, where we will be returning to our regularly scheduled programming with more film sequel pictures and things.
Good plug.
Yeah, I'd say I'm not doing my usual sign off because it's thrown me completely. Yeah. Awesome hungover.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, join us on Friday for the next film we're going to be doing, which is The Shape of Water. On the main show.
Are we not putting this episode out today?
Oh, no, you're right. I've got ahead of myself. No, join us on Friday for Clue. That's it. Sorry,
yes. My
brain is not working.
No.
And spoiler alert: the week after that, we're doing The Shape of Water. So there you go.
To celebrate the Oscars.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Which means next year we have to do Green Book.
No.
Well,
given that last year we did La La Land and that didn't win. So.
True. Yeah. Yeah, we can pick something else.
Yeah. The favourite.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's do that. Be fun. Well, yeah. See you then.
All right.
Until next time.
Bye.